with my hair a lot, so this is just one thing I like to do. But I do this all the time when I'm anxious or really uncomfortable. I take a strand of my hair, like a medium section, and I make a loop like this, and then I put it in my ear and I listen to it. It talks to me. I'll do the sound into the mic so you can hear. I'll do a bigger piece so you can hear the different kinds. Now I'll do two, because sometimes when I'm really freaked out, I do two strands in both of my ears, like this. Sorry, I should do this for you, not me. You should know that this is really unhealthy for my hair. I'm basically destroying it, but it's worth it, and you know why. So, before I talk about myself, I just want to dedicate this entire video to Molly Shannon, because when we were in Italy, she told me that she's affected by ASMR, specifically this. So Molly, this is for you. I brought my own toys for Molly. This is my makeup bag. That's really loud. Molly Shannon really likes when people rifle through their makeup bags, so I'm going to do that for her and for you, but mostly for Molly. This is my actual makeup bag. the shows at UCB is called Ass Cat. So I'd like to represent the Ass Cat ASMR for you with some soothing cat sounds. Meow. This is my furry friend. I would like to remind the audience wasn't a stand-up comedian, but I pretended to be. I took the mic, just like this mic, and I got up on stage, and I did 5 minutes of jokes that I made up, and I had my friend tape it, send it in, and then Judcast me. 2 weeks later, I was in Los Angeles. I wasn't old enough to rent a car, and I was poor. So I lived in the Days Inn on Hollywood Boulevard for 2 weeks with a bunch of Swedish tourists. And I rented a car from Rent-A-Wreck, which was the only place that would let me rent a car. And I would drive to Sony Studios and park next to Adam Sandler's Maserati. I don't know if he had a Maserati, but I just parked next to really expensive cars. And I could barely pay my rent. But I just pretended like it was cool. It was wild. I had never really been in LA, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I just pretended to be a stand-up comedian. And then all of a sudden I was a stand-up comedian because no one knew who I was. So they just assumed that I was a stand-up. And I started getting booked at the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store, and going up in front of live audiences, doing comedy, even though I had no idea what I was doing. I tricked them all. Now, to represent decided to create the character for me. So, in the original pilot episode of Parks and Recreation, the character of April is actually named Aubrey. 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 But of course they had to change it when it went on television to April. April. sucks. I'm deleting him from my phone. Ha ha ha. You suck. The TV show Legion, my character on Legion is called just want to say